Hello gang, Merlindon on the mic with another video here. Today we will talk about another leader of the OP09, a red leader, Shanks. This is one of the meta decks. He's pretty strong and he has a unique ability, a generic, let me tell you, a generic ability which is as good as Katakuris, for example, and really friendly for new players. What the ability does is once per turn, so once in every turn, you may activate this effect, this ability, when your opponent's attacks. Then you give one of your opponent's leader or character's power minus 1000 for the turn. So if the opponent's leader attacks you with, let's say, 5k, you can use this ability, your leader's ability, and automatically 5k turns to 4k, so you don't take any damage. If he attacks you with 6k, you can reduce it to 5k, so you need only 1k counter. So basically it's for every turn a free 1k counter for you. At the start, no one thought that this would be a great ability, but it is a big deal to have this extra 1k in every turn. So let's talk about the deck list. I have two deck lists for today. I also have a small guide prepared for you guys because the feedback from the videos, from the Blackbird videos, was really positive. So I prepared a guide for you. So what should you play on what tone? What should you play on an odd curve? What should you play on an even curve? Other cards to consider, and so on. So let's go in the simulator and see this list. The first list that I have for you is a leader, of course, and then play 3 Otamas. Otama is a really good 2 card. It's plus 2k counter, and you can also play this card because it has a non-play effect. It gives minus 2k power during this turn, one of your opponent characters, and you will see why we need cards like this in this deck list. So the next card is Sansi. Sansi is a 2 cost 2k, so it's another 2k. It's always good to have 2ks in your game. And what this card also does, it's activate main once per turn. You grab one of your life, and this card takes plus 2k power during this turn, and you can also give this card plus 2 Dawn, rested Dawn cards. So that means that you can attack, for example, with 7k to your leader, to your opponent, and you also take one more resource, which is the life that you will take. It's great against many decks, and most of all it's great against Blackbeard, because when you play against Blackbeard, you need to go wide, you need to attack fast, you need to attack big. Next we have Dragon. We play three times Dragon. Dragon has Ras, has also a non-play ability to give two Dawns, 2 rested Dawns to a leader or a character of yours. What can I say? On your 8 Dawn, you have many possibilities, so many cards that you can play, and Dragon is one of them. You can rush your opponent, you can rush with him to clear the board. It depends on your strategy and on the moment. The next card for me is the most vital card of the deck, and you can also play 4 of them. It's really helps you keep the board clear. So what this card does is you choose 2 of your opponent's characters, you give one of them minus 3k, the other one minus 2k, and that minus remains until the end of your opponent's turn. So that means that and also you get also to KO one character of 3 power, 3k power or less. That means that if your opponent has, let's say, a character with 6k and a character with 5k, you can reduce both of them and also KO the character with originally power of 6k, and the other character who had 5k now, and on the turn of your opponent will have 3k. So in a real case scenario, if you play against Toffee, if the 6k is Weevil and the 5k is, let's say, Jimby, you can KO Weevil, and Jimby will have 3k on this and on the next turn. So really great card. Not much to say here about it. The next one is a searcher, Uta. It's one of your searchers. It's a body also. It's always good to have a body, even if the body is a small one, and 1k counter. You can search with this card the Red Head Pirates. That helps you grab cards like the next one, Shanks. Shanks is your beast monster. It's the best card on this deck, and it's a 10 cost, 12k, big boss, big body, and once you play this, all of your opponent's characters have minus 1k power. It's really great, especially against decks that play many characters with not great attack power, like Don Flamingo, for example, or like Zoro, or like Bello Betty, and so on. And this card also has Rush. So if you get to play 2 of them, or in the best case scenario 3 of them, let's say, so it's pretty much over for your opponent. Because you can imagine, your opponent will have, let's say, a 5k body on the field. With this card, the 5k body is automatically a 4k body, and if you have 2 of them, it's a 3k body. So it means if he wants to attack with this character on the field, just to try to make you, for example, 1k damage, he has to invest 2 dons to this card. So really great card. The next one is Rayleigh. Rayleigh is one of the new cards of this set also. It's a blocker, 1k counter, 5 cost, 6k. And if your opponent has 2 or more characters with original power of 5k or more, you can draw these 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand. So like Queen, for example, or Onami. The next one is like how was it called? The 1k red character. So there were 2 of them that Law was playing. So it's like these 2 characters. What this does is activating the main gives minus 3k power on this turn to an opponent of yours, and you can combine it with other cards. And we will go to the next card, Ben Beckman, which is one of your most important cards of the deck and one of the most overpowered cards of the deck. On your 7 Dawn turn, you can play him. On play, you can trust up to one of your opponent characters with a power of 6k or less. So you establish a body, big body, and you also KO a big character of your opponent. And as you can imagine, you can combine it if you're on your 8 turn curve. So on your 8 turn turn, you can combine it, let's say for Otama, and KO an opponent up to 8k power or less, or you can use Building Snake and KO a character, for example, with 9k or less, which is, it's huge. So you KO a big character and then you establish big body. Great. And I remembered the 1k red character was Gordon and Max. So this card is like Gordon and Max. So let's go further. Hongo is a 2k, and of course you can also do exactly the same. It's activate main, minus 2k power. So you reduce your opponents with these cards, and then you KO them with cards let's say like Beckman, like also Rayleigh. So you can also combine these cards also with Rayleigh. So Rayleigh has a cost of 8. You can play, for example, two Building Snakes, or an Otama and a Building Snake and Rayleigh, and then KO, let's say 3k, 2k, you have 5k and 3k. Let's say you can KO a character of 3, 6, 8k, for example. Let's go to the next card. Is Yasop. Yasop is also a great card. 1k counter, 5 cost 6k body. On play, your leader becomes like red, purple Luffy, or like Whitebeard, so he becomes a 6k leader. And each time you attach a Dawn to this card and you attack, you can give an opponent of yours -1 attack power, which is also great, and you can also combine it with your removal. The next card is a 2k, and on play, up to one of your opponent characters with power of 4k or less cannot activate blocker the rest of this turn. So this is to help you finish some games, and you can also play it as a 2k. An example of blocker would be, let's say, if you play against Purple Luffy, Robin, or if you play against any black deck like Smoker, for example, it could be a Rebecca, or Rebecca on the Lucci deck. Next card, Lucky Rooks, also a really great card. If your leader has red hair pirates type, KO up to one of your opponent characters with original power of 6k or less on KO, and also blocker. It means you can establish a blocker, and once this dies, then you also take an opponent with you to the grave. Let's go to the Edward Newgate, which is also an awesome card, especially against Toffee, because on play you can give your leader or another character up to one rested on, then you rest him, you KO one of your opponent characters with 5k or less power, and you establish a big body. And don't forget, this is also one of your removals, and you can combine it, you can still combine it with cards like Otama, with cards like Building Snake, with cards like Hongo, so cards that give minus to the characters, and then you use your removals to remove them. And the final two cards is 1k, 1 cost Searcher to help you find your missing pieces of the puzzle, and the Bad Manners Kick. So this card turns a brick. You call brick a card that has no counter on it. Can turn such a card to a plus 3k counter. So you can combine it with, let's say, Dragon that has no counter at all, and then you have 3k counter. You can play with the ratios. however you like. This is not the final form of the deck, but it's pretty consistent, I must say. And the thing that it helps with the consistency is the searcher. So the searcher body and the searcher event. The second version that I got is this one. In this version we use Marco. Marco is also a really good card that fits to this deck because it's a 5-cost 6k body, and you can KO up to one of your opponent characters with 3k power or less. So again, on matches like Doffy, you can instant KO cards like Teats, or you can also combine it with cards like Otama to give a minus to an opponent character and then KO them. And it's a really hard card to get rid of because you can trust an event from your hand, and if they manage to destroy this card, then you can play an event from your hand, so you can trust it, and this card returns from the grave, so it's like a phoenix. And the other card is Gum Gum Red Hawk, which is a counter, costs 2 Dawn, and then your leader gains plus 4k during this battle, and you KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 4k power or less. Another great card that you may also consider is a Goldie Roger. There are deck lists that play this card 1 or maximum 2, and what this card does is it has Rush, and when your opponent activates a blocker, if your opponent or you are at 0 life, you win the game. So that means that you play this card once your opponent is at 0 life, or if you are at 0 life, and you have some ways to do that also, to force it, let's say, for example with Sanji, or just aggressively take life if you have a plan and you want to play this card. So I personally don't really like this card because it's really situational, and yeah, that's why I don't play this card. But like I said, this is not the final form of the deck. We might try it, we will try it, and I might consider to add it to the main list of the deck. So without any further ado, let's go to the guide. So Shanks, it's a red deck. It was a black meta, the last meta. We had also meta decks like yellow meta decks, green meta decks, blue meta decks with Don Flamingo, and for such a long time we didn't have any red meta deck, and now we do. And this is Shanks. So how do you play this deck? You have some starters, 1 to 3 Dawn. This is your Otama. This is your event to search things. This is your guy that does a minus to the opponent characters. You have also a Sanji in order to grab a card, a life card of yours, which is also a resource. I will say that again and again. It's not a bad thing to take a life. And these are mostly the cards that you play between 1 and 3 Dawns. Between 4 and 5 Dawns you have Lucky Rooks, which is a blocker, and also KOs an opponent. On KO, it KOs an opponent with 6k or less power. Hyasop, that turns you for 1 round to 6k leader. Rayleigh, that has also Queen's ability, and it's a blocker. And then you have also your pre-finisher, and also removal cards like Whitebeard, like Rayleigh, like Beckman. And these are cards that you play at 7 and 8 turn. Then you have events, which are also triggers like the Bad Manners, and of course your 2Ks, the Lime Juice, Tama, and Hongo. Your finishers are Monkey D. Dragon and Shanks, and you can also play here the other 10 cost Shanks that KOs a 10k character, or a Goldie Roger. That's totally your decision. As finishers, I personally have here Monkey D. Dragon and Shanks. Let's go to the odd curve. So let's say that you roll the dice and that you start first. So in my opinion, you should always try to go second, because you have many combinations, and also Shanks on curve. But if, let's say, you lose the dice, or if you want to prevent your opponent of going first and you have the odd curve, then on your 1 dawn you can play your Otama to search, you can play your event to search, or you can also establish a small body that can give -3 in another turn, so it can help you either destroy an opponent or KO an opponent with the effect of a card like Rayleigh, like Newgate, and so on. On your 3 dawn, you play your Sansi. This is your best play, because you have a body that can attacks that can become 7k, a body that can give you 1 more resource, 1 card from your life, and you can also combine it with cards like Otama or the event, or you can just attach this remaining dawn to your leader and attack. On your 5 dawn, you can play Rayleigh, you can play Yasop, buffs your leader, or you can play Ruse in combination with something that costs 1 dawn, or you can also attach this 1 dawn to your leader. On your 7 dawn curve, the best card to play is Newgate, for many reasons, or you can also play Beckman. On the 9 dawn turn, you mostly play Rayleigh, Dragon, Newgate, or Beckman, and you can combine these 3 with cards like Snake, with cards like Otama, just to give a minus cost to your opponents and be able to KO them. And of course, when you reach 10 dawn, you either play your Shanks, or if you are under pressure, you try to control the board and save Shanks for a later moment. Let's say that you have an even curve now, so 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 dawn. On your 2 dawn, you always want to play cards like Shanks. If you don't have Shanks, then you can just play Searcher. On your 4 dawn, the best case scenario is like Rooks. Or if you don't have this card, you can play Shanks and some Searchers. 6 dawn, you can play Rayleigh, Yasop, or Rooks with the Searcher. 8 dawn, you can play your Newgate and combine him with Snake or Otama. Beckman and combine him with Snake or Otama. Rayleigh or Dragon. And on your 10 dawn turn, you play on curve Shanks, and then back to back Shanks. And yeah, then everything is pretty much history. Other cards to consider is Marco. Marco is a great card, also removal, also a body, and also hard to be removed. Come Red Hawk, it's a counter, helps you survive, helps KO bodies. Or Goldie Roger, also a great finisher, but not searchable. So let's check also some games. So I have 2 games for you that I managed to play with Shanks. The first one is against Katakuri, and we will see the gameplay now. So he chooses to go first, so we are on our even curve, and it's good for us. As you can see, we have Otama, we have Rooks, we have Yasop, and this is great for us. So we keep everything here. He plays his putting, he draws an Lin. We play our Otama, and we draw our 2K. Now he plays his Nami, Banis, of course we won't take that. We use our leader ability, we also don't need to do that because we will give him either way a 2K. And then we attack. We are now at 4 Dawn, and we play on curve our Lucky Rooks. So he attacks again with 6 plus 1K from his leader 7, but we use our leader's ability, it is 6 again, and then we use a 2K to counter that, and he plays Kikunojo. We are at 5 lives, so we are healthy, and even if we kill Kikunojo, he won't take any life. So we play our Yasop with buff our leader with plus 1K. Then we attack with our blocker. He blocks that, and then we attack with our leader and 7K, and he takes. Of course we hit a trigger, and he kills our Yasop with his Nami trigger. And then he plays Lin. So for you who do not know, this card is a new card from the starter deck 20. It is a 6 cost 7K, really powerful card, and you may trust one card from your hand, so he trusts a card, and then we get to choose either to discard 2 cards from our hand or trust the top of our life. So I was like, no way, I'm giving you 2 cards, so I will trust 1 life. I'm still at 4, but I need to be careful here because I don't want to go to 3 and give him a free life with Kikunojo. So he attacks with 7. We use our leader's ability, now it is 6. We counter that with 2K. With Kikunojo, we counter that with 2K. And now we have our, we are at 8 on. We play our Rayleigh, we are at 4 life, so he won't take any life if we kill his Kikunojo. And this is exactly what we do. We kill Kikunojo, we reduce Lin to 5K, and this will also remain for his turn. This is how strong this card is. And then we attack with our Shanks, of course. And with our blocker, because we want to apply pressure to him. Then he attacks our blocker with 8K. We decide here to let it go. Then he plays a Big Mom. We will not give him here life, so we trust. We're healthy, we're still healthy. He attacks with 5 with his Big Mom. We use our leader's ability. He doesn't do any damage to us. And now we are at the point where he's at 1 life. He has only 6 cards, and we have a big body, Rayleigh, and our leader. So of course we will attack 10k and then attach the rest to our leader and win the game. So this is how you play against such decks. I also have a mirror for you. So let's see. So this is the mirror. Our start hand is 2 Ben Beckman, 1 Newgate, 1 Sansi. The moment I see Sansi and also Beckman plus Otama, that's a minus 2k, I'm fine with it. And he chose to go second, of course, so we go first. We don't have anything to play here, so we attach 1 Dawn, we attack him with 6k, and then we play Sansi, the magical card. Then he plays his rooks. We are at 5 Dawn now, so be careful, we are at 5 Dawn. That means on our next turn we can play a 7 cost, we can play Newgate, we can play Beckman, we are ready. So now at our 5 Dawn, of course we play another sign, Sanji. We attack with 7k with this one. We have established 2 bodies, and we have another 3 Dawns, which we attach to our Shanks and attack him. Now he's at 3 life, we are at 4. And we have also 6 cards, we're healthy. He's attacking our Sanji here, we will let that go. We don't need to sacrifice any cards here at that point, and then he attacks our leader. We will use our leader's ability and then we will counter that. And now we are at our 7th Dawn. So we play here our Newgate. By Newgate you will tell me. So Newgate instead of Beckman, firstly because with Newgate we can kill rooks. Secondly because we get 1 more Dawn. Thirdly because it is activate main and we can do it whenever we want. So we can give the 2 Dawns to Sansi and then activate main, so attack with him and then activate main. And of course we prefer to play a body with no counter like Newgate instead of a body like Beckman with counter. So we attach 1 Dawn to our leader. We get a life with Shanks and attack his leader, and then we destroy his rooks, and of course he destroys our Sanji. And here we attack also with 6k, which he counters with an attack. On his next turn, he's now at a tough spot. He plays a snake to do a minus 3k, and then he plays his own Newgate to destroy my Newgate. Now I am at 9 Dawn. What I can do here, of course, is play an Otama, do a minus 2, and then play a Beckman and kill his Newgate. So he clears my board, I clear my board, and it's after that it's who plays smarter, let's say smarter. So now he's at his 10k, at his 10 Dawn turn, and of course he plays Shanks, 10 cost Shanks, tries to attack me. I will take that, there's no reason not to, and he does not attack with his leader because he knows that I still have my leader's ability and I will not let him do any damage. And of course I won't give him any counter. So now we have a Shanks, and we have also other things to play. But the thing here is that we also have a big body on the field and our leader. And So except Shanks, all other cards on our hand have a counter. So that's pretty huge. And this is also the reason because why we play here Shanks. We prefer Shanks and not the other cards. So I was thinking here, is that really the best thing to do? I attack first with Beckman to try him give me some cards, then I attack with Shanks, he takes, I attack again with my leader, of course he uses his leader's ability, and then it is his turn, and now he plays another Shanks. He attacks my Beckman with his leader. Of course I use the card action here, so my leader's ability, then he attacks with his Shanks, my Shanks. I just need a 2k here, it's a no-brainer. And then he removes my Beckman, or he tries to remove my Beckman by attacking it with his other Shanks. And I count here my counter, and I got 2k, 2k, 1k, 1k, 1k. That's exactly the amount that I need. So his mistake here was that he attacked my Shanks instead of my Beckman with both of his Shanks. That's what costed him the game. I sacrifice every card in my hand now, and I was like, okay, now I have 3 attacks. I attack first with my Shanks, 10k, he takes, and then I attach everything to my Beckman, and I still got another attack with my Shanks. So of course I win here the game. So this is how it goes also in a mirror match with Shanks. Like I said, this is not the final list, nor this one is the final list. You can add many cards, you can play also around. I will also play around. I will try many different combinations, and I will share my results with you guys. Let me know what you think about this deck, about this deck list, about this leader. What do you think? What do you think that I'm doing correct here? What am I doing wrong? What would you change in these lists? What would you add, or what would you remove? Let me know below in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe if you want more of this content. You can also hit the bell to be notified every time that I upload the video. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. I'm also sorry that my voice is a little bit sorrow because I'm tired, but I will try to keep it up for you guys. So let me know, like I said, how you found this video, how you found the other videos, and what should I keep, what should I change. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Peace, bye.